Mm, Yes, so we can start. I guess it's already 8 o'clock. Dear guests, welcome to the event of ICF Armenia chapter. Actually, this is the first online event, and we're very happy to host all of you from different parts of the world. If you don't mind, as it is the first online meeting, I will greet in Armenian as well, and you will hear how it sounds in Armenian. Բարև ձեզ, բարի գալուստ Հայաստանի Քոուչինգի Միջազգային Ֆեդերացիայի Հայաստանյան մասնաճյուղ. So I said welcome to ICF Armenia, and we're very happy to kick off this online event series with Marina's presentation today, as it will be, I'm sure, very useful and interesting for all of us. Actually, I congratulate everyone with starting of the International Coaching Week, which kicked off yesterday, and with our opening offline, and today we're online. And I would like to present Marina for you to know who is our respected, revered member of ICF Armenia chapter. Marina, welcome. Marina Poghosyan is MBA, CMC, MCC ICF, and is the founder and director of Management Systems, Coaching, Training, Consulting, LLC, where she leads with a holistic approach to organizational change and personal transformation. With over 20 years of leadership experience, Marina brings deep insight and impactful guidance to individuals and organizations alike. A respected educator, she is invited professor at Armenian Russian University, where she teaches leadership and inspires the next generation of change makers. Marina partners with leaders and teams to unlock their full potential through team coaching, cultural transformation, and strategic facilitation. Her work also focuses on supporting professionals in navigating their career transformation, managing stress with intention and resilience. Marina's coaching philosophy blends practical experience with deep empathy, empowering others to lead authentically and thrive. Welcome, Marina, and we are very happy to have one more and the newest MCC in our chapter, and we have a lot to learn from our colleagues. Welcome, take the floor.
Thank you so much. Thank you. And when you're hearing all this and you're thinking, is it really me? My goodness, all this. But you know, I'm not young. Probably that is the reason. I am quite already, and probably I accumulated all this. From my side, I am so happy to be with you, and I am so happy that you joined this from different parts of the world. I really I'm excited to run this session. And let me probably share my screen, not to lose the... Thank you for joining from London. So let me put it in the mode. So we are at the International Coaching Week, at every year event, and this year, as you remember, it is already 30th year of International Coaching Federation. The organization really empowers coaching and drives it ahead, and I am really proud to be part of it and to be, as I say, it is a black belt certification, MCC, and I'm so proud I could get it. So my presentation today will be about who is in control and coaching the brain to break unwanted habits. When I pronounce this, who is in control, where this comes from, and it will be interesting actually to see, are you all coaches, or some of you are just who have been interested in the title and joined it just to learn about this, who is in control? Could you drop a word? Are you a coach, or I am not a coach, but interesting to learn about how to coach the brain to break unwanted habits. So just in the chat, if you could drop a word, yes, I'm coach. And I'm not coach, but I want to learn what it is, who is in control. Okay, so what do we have here? Okay. Yes. It seems that I'm not a coach. I am a coach. I'm currently training to be a coach, starting the coaching journey, currently organizational coach. I am coach. Yes, I am. Oh, so we have already some 99% of coaches. And for those who are not coaches, I think we will inspire you with the topic and probably, I don't know, starting this journey or loving this, something in that field. So, having said that, Natalie already presented myself, and I have here the information which she didn't say, but I want to share it with you. And these are my core values. I really strive to live my core values and really manifest it in my daily life. So my core values are: I love the Lord, my God, with all my heart and with all my soul and with all my mind. And I love my neighbor as myself. The other part, Natalie already said. So I wanted just to share how important this is for me, and go ahead. So what to expect from the workshop? We will be talking about our identity, and I will bring bell jar metaphor to demonstrate it. As you probably have already guessed what the workshop will be about, we'll be talking about habits and the neuroscience of habits. We need to understand what is going on in our head in order to become a person who manages this process, and all the ideas how to manage it and how to be in control. So, and we will be talking about 3 levels of habit change. Actually, this is this is one of my workshops, and it is quite lengthy. It is 12-hour workshop. But I will give you just a taste of it, and I will try to be as useful as possible. And if you will have questions, we will go through them. So I would like it to be as interactive as possible, because as coaches, we know information is nothing if we do not really think about it and try to really, embody it, and in the future to use it. So I would ask your participation, if possible, as much as you like, of course. So I bring the ICF definition of coaching. Why I do that? To remind ourselves, and for those who are coaches and for those who are not coach, just to see what is the coaching. So ICF says that coaching is about partnering with clients in a thought-provoking and creative process. And it also inspires them to recognize and maximize their personal and professional potential. So as you see, I highlighted here thought-provoking and creative process. If we're talking about thought-provoking, actually what we are talking about, something is going on in our brain. So, and I think every coach when we are in start this journey and digging into this journey more and more, we understand more what does it mean to work on who level. Do you remember in our coaching schools, yeah? It is so often we have been told, work on who level. Don't work on what level. In other words, coach the person, not the problem. So what does that mean? Actually, for me, it means that we are working with our client's mind, our client's thinking. And only that will, changing this thinking, only that process will inspire them. First, to recognize their way of thinking, their mental models, and then maximize their personal and professional potential. Otherwise, it would be impossible. For me, changing the mind is coming the first, and then that influences changing the behavior. Do you agree with me? Actually, more probably there are some other opinions, and I would appreciate if we'll just go into discussion. So this is the definition, and I just commented the definition. I am sure you agree with definition, otherwise it will not work. But if you have some questions about my comments, you're always welcome. So here is the bell jar metaphor I was talking about. What is happening in our lives? So we are born, we're brought up in a certain context. There are parents, each of us has unique parents, unique atmosphere, unique environment, unique, everything is unique and is unique to us. And little by little, we are developing ourselves as a person we are. And we develop our beliefs, belief system. As you say, I develop my core values, you have your own core values. We have the narratives which justifies the beliefs, and why not probably the habits also. We have our emotional states and justify that also. We have these interpersonal relationships, and all these, each of us is living in a kind of bell jar. And this bell jar actually for some could be a very small one, and they don't see many things out of that. For other person, it could be a bigger, but again, we all live in this bell jar. And what is interesting, this living constantly in this bell jar develops our habits. And then the habit takes the control and becomes our nature. So not only our nature, but our identity. So we identify ourselves like that. I want to share with you one of my beliefs, and I would be okay if you do not agree with me, and even I will be glad to hear that you don't. I am coaching people already for 10 years, and I see that when a person says, this is the way I am, accept me or not accept me, but this is the person I am. For me, that means actually that the person doesn't want to change. It is, or she is, he is in this bell jar. He feels comfortable. I mean, this is the comfort zone, but he doesn't want to change. And it becomes her identity. So when I say there is no such thing as, for me, as, for example, introvert or extrovert, And I know that you will not agree, but I have very many examples when introverts became extroverts after these coaching sessions, after they changed their beliefs about themselves, about their identity. When a person says that I am introvert, that's it. He lives with that. And when during the coaching, he understands that why should it be that way? It could be different. And then it starts to, go like the onion, uncover layer from layer by layer and uncovering himself and seeing the world in very different way. So what I want you to do right now, if you don't mind, of course, not just not to listen to me all the time, but just let's discuss some. I put here the question, how do you define yourself right now? And how does that identity shape your daily habits? Think about one so-called bad habit or the habit you want to change. And describe yourself by assigning a role based on that habit. And do the same with a good habit. For example, I will give my example, and if you like, you will share yours. Recently, in January, I was delivering training for Ghana management consultants, and I asked the people to share something unknown to the group because they know each other. So I asked them, why don't you share something which definitely your colleagues don't know? And one of the participants said, share yourself first. I said, okay, but whatever I say, it would be unknown to you because you don't know me. But then I said, okay, I will. And I said, I am a professional swimmer. And then I started to think myself, wow, I define myself as a professional swimmer. You know why? Because I love swimming. I go to swimming and I enjoy swimming, and it becomes a way of living. So I said, well, I am not a professional, but I swim professionally. And that's what say these the trainers. So I define myself that way, and I enjoy living this habit. It becomes habitual, but not only habitual, but the way of living. As for bad habits, I say to myself, I am not a marketing person. I hate marketing. I hate selling. And I don't do anything with that, And that, for example, this workshop, I forced myself to step out of my comfort zone, even though, I am delivering training all the time. It is the first time. But somehow in this environment, I feel kind of stuck. So I said, no, you need to do that. So as soon as I said that I am not a selling person, I hate selling, whatever, I identify myself. I built my identity that way. So, and that, what now, as I say, I'm working on. So what if you just think about one good habit and link it with your identity? What you associate with this good habit, and the same with bad habits. Just anybody. Let's just have this interactive. Yeah, Mariana, welcome.
So I guess it's both bad and good habit. I'm absolutely foodie. I enjoy food, tasty food, and good part is that I enjoy life, I enjoy sharing food, I enjoy cooking, but the bad part of it is that I always struggle with extra weight. No matter how much I walk daily, I do sports, I still have room to improve. And
Oh,
I'm
Mariana.
I'm absolutely coffeeholic, which again I would like to work on this.
So who are you then? The main question is, who are you then?
Life enthusiast.
Life enthusiast is not very much good with that. Could I suggest that you are a cooker, a very good cooker, and you enjoy cooking? I'm a cooker. I enjoy cooking, and I also enjoy tasting this.
Yeah.
Is it something which we're more close?
Could be, but it's a part of it. I enjoy someone else's cuisine as well.
Okay. So that is why it is so important to really define yourself, who I am with this habit, because then we will be working on that. We will continue that, and it really it requires some reflection. Of course, it is not so easy, but thank you so much, Mariana, so much for your courage. Yeah. Who else?
Marina, in the chat, there is one message. Would you like to read or me to read?
Yeah, you could, if you could, Natalie, it would be great.
Here we have Reese Jamari, and she wrote that bad habit is, I say to myself that I'm so bad with finance and budgeting. I feel like having a bad relationship with money. And good habit is, I'm a good student. I love learning and then applying that knowledge in any aspect of my life. Who am I?
Okay, I'm a learner, yeah.
A good student.
Yeah. Good student, I'm a learner, yes. And you know, I mean, if I am a learner, then if I am a learner, why I am afraid of finances? I mean, it's just a question to ask myself. I am a good student. So if I'm a good student, so I could learn because I enjoy learning. I love this process. And probably I can learn, you know. Why not? Huh? What do you think?
Yeah. Here we have one more raised hand. It's Erusi. Yeah. Maybe you will speak up.
What do you? Welcome.
Hello. Yes. Hi. Something you said, I can't think of my habits, because something you said stopped me in my tracks, which is, I did used to, for a number of years, say I'm very shy, I'm an introvert. And I don't know when the switch happened, but it did happen. And then I was like, well, you really can't describe yourself as that, because you're not that anymore. But I was very painfully shy as a child. Like, you look at any pictures, I wouldn't smile and all of those things. And I carried that into like my 20s, and I was that. But I don't know what happened and when that shifted. I couldn't tell you. Something happened. And then after a while, I was like, oh, I can't really wear that anymore and say I'm an introvert, because I'm not anymore. So there's something about what you said, which I'm still processing around about introverts and what does that mean for you and how you define yourself. I'm still trying to understand it, but I just wanted to share something about my experience. For years and years, that's what I was. But if you ask anyone who met me now, they'll say, come on, that's not true. I really was that. So I'm still, I just wanted to share that. But
Thank you so much. It was so powerful. It was so powerful. And again, this the magic of coaching, because as a coach, I think you will agree, all will agree with me, that first, we are changing. As coaches, the transformation first comes within us, and then it transfers to our clients. Is it true for you? At least it was my experience. It was something I have been changed also, but changed more internally, more just understanding myself, which is the most complicated thing in our lives. Thank you so much. Who would like to share? Any other?
Diana has written.
Okay.
Hi, everyone. I think this is a good habit. When I'm alone, I love creating something, and I think myself to be a creative personality. And I identify myself as a good mother.
Oh, great. I'm
That's
a
it.
good mother. Okay, how about the bad habits? Do you have bad habits? No, no bad habits.
I get angry very quickly.
Okay, as a good mother,
Maybe.
as a good
Thank
mother
you.
of 3 kids, I got angry very quickly. Thank you so much, Gayane. But you see how interesting it's evolves. Greta, you're welcome.
Hello, everybody. I was thinking about a good habit, and I realized that my most loved good habit is to waking up early. That is me time and spending time with me alone and having some cup of coffee. And what is coming firstly to my mind, the role. Maybe it's a person who is enjoying life or self-lover, because it is important to me. At the same time, I wake up early, but I don't sleep early. This is my bad habit. So if I am a self-lover in the morning, who I am at night, if I realize that going to bed early is good, I couldn't have in mind. Maybe you can help me as a role who as a personality who is not going to bed early.
Yeah, it's, you just need to understand what disturbs you going to bed earlier. And I have some assumptions, of course. But I think you know it better. Because then we are stuck. Yeah, somehow we do not really look at the
Maybe
watch.
this is maybe this is the same reason to stay alone, you know. After my daughter is sleeping, I want also to stay alone for myself. So
For
this
what?
is
That is the question. For what? What I am doing there? If in the morning I am enjoying coffee, what I am doing in the evening? And that is the habit.
and spend some time with friends, just chatting.
Okay. Okay.
Time.
Okay. So if I go further, I would dig in, but I don't
I
want
know.
to.
Yes.
I just would like to make you yourself to think about that. And thank you so much, Greta. Yes.
Thank you.
Time is going there. So that is why it's just worth thinking. So how much time I agree to devote to the friends and chatting, and what is the limit? Thank you so much, Greta. Yeah. Are there anybody, I mean, from our guests who would like to share? It was so interesting to hear.
Raised hand.
Yeah, anybody?
If nobody, I would. If we have
Okay.
time and we're in time frame,
Yes.
I would share something. Thanks for making me think. This is my beloved process, because to make somebody think is what makes humans human. And you made me just answer the question, and I understood that one thing that is a good habit, and it is good for everybody, is that one of my core values is to be useful. To be
Okay.
useful to everybody, starting from my family, friends, society, students, public, just to be useful.
Okay.
And when I thought about the bad habit, I understood that it's the same. That I try to be useful. And the word that came to my mind is workaholic.
Okay. I am workaholic on the bad habit, but in the good habit, you linked it with your core value. But what is your identity? These are different.
Identity is a human being who came
Yeah,
to
sure.
this world
Mm-hmm.
for a meaning. And
Yeah.
it's not only me.
Yeah. And it is very broad. Yeah. If you could narrowize that and understand, because as you say, from one hand, it is good, but from the other hand, it is bad. So it really somehow disturbs me, and I need to understand what is going on.
Very
So
tricky.
am I a helper? Am I a pleaser? And do I want to please everybody? Then I am a pleaser.
No.
No, of course no. I am a helper, but sometimes I go too far.
It's being abused. This
Yeah.
facilitation stuff sometimes is being used, overused, and abused. And that's why we should limit this workaholism and understand that, yes, it's good when people do care about others sincerely, not to please and to be told thank you, but just for yourself, for your own soul, to feel kind of different. But it should be limited, because everything should have limits. Even the good.
Thank you for this realization. You see, that in the definition it was realized, and you have this realization now, and thank you so much for that. So it gives the food for thinking. So Christina said that the good habit, I am a responsible person. But what is the good habit? I mean, what habit makes you a responsible person? That was what habit makes you a responsible person? So what you do often that makes a bad habit, I am not disciplined. Well, Christina, and I see you. I don't know whether you see or not, but I see contradictions. Do you see? Do you also see people? I see contradictions. I am responsible, but I am not disciplined. So, Christine, would you like to comment on that? Just if you wish, without camera. Just interesting, just to go into that a little bit in depth. Christine, would you like? Okay.
Hi everyone. I'm sorry, Marina. I cannot turn on my camera. I'm sorry. I will just comment. Yes, you're 100% right. I see a contradiction, and I realized it as I was writing my comment. But it was very interesting to find it out, because really, and I just realized that I want to be this person who is not only the responsible, but also disciplined. And you're right. I want also to think about the thing. What habit makes me a responsible person? It's also an important thing. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Christine. Thank you so much. And Ellen said, good habit, I am a gardener. Yeah, I grow food and flowers, and I am a gardener. And that is really identity. Yeah, I am a gardener, and I love growing food and flowers. You see, I mean, this is the so tight connection. Bad habit. I am stuck as coach and not seeing clients. I am a gardener who cannot grow my business. And I understand you so much, Ellen. So it means that our one identity, I mean, we enjoy it so much, we reinforce it because it is a kind of a comfort zone that is, and we really love it. But then we step aside and not really think about being, as I say, a seller, a business developer, or our own business. And this is about strengthening, my identity in order to change the habit. But I will, is it okay if I continue, if I share the screen and continue? Otherwise, I mean, wherever we will go, we will go. I will send you the presentation fully. But I love these discussions, not to be just a monologue speaker. So we talked about identity and how important it is. And by the way, I don't know, you will agree probably with me that our clients actually come to us to see the world a little bit wider. Why pros and cons living in the bell jar? There are pros, but there are cons. The pros, and you know, Olya, there is a predictability, stability. It is safe because we know what it is. It is kind of flow and the efficiency in the daily life because our brain has so much to do, so much to think, especially when we are coaching. And it needs some energy. So it is really efficient to do things which are not really very important automatically. And the reinforcement of our identity. I am a gardener, yeah? And I do this gardening and I reinforce my identity. And this is very good, actually. Why not? Because I love it. I really enjoy it. Like my swimming, for example, yeah? But there are also cons because, okay, we reinforce one kind of our rules, but we do not think about others. And it could be about stagnation and limited growth. And we could be resistant to change. And of course, our world, we all know, it is smaller than it could be. Our jar is small. The world is much, 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 much bigger. So with a good habit, when we enjoy it, and it is good, and we know it is good. For example, I mean, all of us have very good habits, and we want not only to keep them, but to flourish them, and they become the way of living. It is just the way we are living. It is not even the habit, but the way of living. But with the bad habits, we fail to see the other choices. And the word choice is very, very important because every day we are doing choices. For me, for example, would I write the post in the LinkedIn, or I would do whatever I like, for example, develop the training, which I am doing, yeah. Well, I say the post will wait. I will focus on the training material development. And what happens? Actually, I limit my own choice. I made this choice, but I limit myself. And I don't really market myself. I am very sincere with you, people. So please, my apologies if I am too sincere with you, but I am. So our goal actually is to lift up this bell jar and to see other choices, to wake up and to say, no, I am a marketer. I am a business developer, and I need to do something there. As soon as we say that, our brain to start really supporting us in that way. But it is our choice. Somebody could encourage us. Somebody could inspire us. But it is up to us to take this decision, to take this choice, and to really do something, to see the other opportunities which are around us. And if we are in the bell jar, we could not see them. And this is about taking the control. Taking control actually means that whenever this habit comes, I say, no, I don't want it any longer. I am a good marketer and I need to write posts. I need to do everything which is needed to business development. And I think many of us struggle with business development. Yeah, that is why there are so many courses every day we receive from LinkedIn people who could help us and all these things. So I think it echoes with many of you. That is why I bring this. So, and this is about awareness, and awareness comes with presence. And we know that the presence actually is one of the competencies, ICF competencies we work with. So during our session with clients, we have to be really present. And for me, the presence means that I funnel my attention fully to that person. I switch my mind off. I am out. I am fully with that person. And I am in their mindset. And when I am there and my attention is focused on there, I am capable to see their mental habits, their limiting beliefs, and then to help them realize that and do something with this. And the same with us. The same with us. When we put our attention on the habit we want to develop, we say stop to unwanted habit and then start recognizing, being aware of that. I mean, being aware is about attention, as I said. No, that's it. What I love to say, enough is enough. I don't want it. Stop it. When I say to myself, stop it, then I have a choice. I have another choice. So that is why, I mean, this metaphor of bell jar and opening that bell jar actually is opening the opportunities. So, but as coaches, as I said, when we are about thinking, we are about brain. And I guess each of us is interested how the brain works. And luckily, we are living in the era when more and more discoveries are made in the brain functioning. Of course, it is also, as scientists say, it is also some little percent because it is so complicated organ. But even this small percentage gives us the basis to understand the physiology of that and be able to really work with this. I mean, when we do the science, then we know how to work with this, how to really transform it, how to really change it. So I will very little, and probably all of you know about that, but just to remind you that we have these neurons, which are the brain cells, and they serve as foundation for our neuron system, and it contains about 86 billion neurons. And each, can you imagine, each has a unique role in our lives. And then they receive the signal. And the MRT catches this signal and says that our brain is really having this electrical signals. And these impulses, they tied with each other, forming neural connections. And these neural connections, which are called synapses, and these are communications between neurons, and they transmit signals, Actually, when we are working with our clients' way of thinking, we are working with their neuroplasticity and neural links, And good news that our brain is so neuroplastic that, and this is the discovery of recent years, because those who are in my age, probably you will remember that those times scientists have been saying that brain is getting older, as the person is getting older, and some cells are dying and all these things. Nowadays, they say no. Our brain, if we are working with this organ, the same as we're working with our muscle, as we're working with our body, it is the same. We need to work on that for the brain to stay neuroplastic. So we actually create or stimulate creating new neural pathways so that new behavior start to form, yeah? All of you know the role of neurocortex. This is our everything, because it is about decision making. It is in the frontal part of our brain, and it is really having very, very difficult and cognitive work, and you see how much functions does it have. So that is why we have another organ in the brain, which is called basal ganglia. And that kind of takes part of the work from the neurocortex to its own, so that our neocortex will not be overwhelmed, yeah, with our thoughts and etc. And that where our habits live. That's where our habits just, how to say it? What is the proper word of that? Accumulate. Let's use this word. So having said that, we could say, what is the habit itself? So actually, these are consolidated neural networks formed through the repeated activation of synaptic connections. And when they are established, they become automatic responses. And they reduce the need for decision making. And again, it reflects the brain drives for efficiency and routine. And this becomes automatic. And that is something we need to, again, stress here, because then the brain takes control. When we're not really aware of what is going on, the brain takes control, and we are living on the autopilot mode. If we want to change something, we need to wake up and take the control of our inner world, let's say so, on our hands. So here I had a poll. Let me switch it on. Probably I stop share to make it more. I have one question just on the poll, and I will launch it, and you just answer one question. Is there any difference, from your opinion, between mental habits and belief? Yes, no, I don't know. Yes, no, I don't know. Okay, very interesting. Good. It is so a simple question. Just answer yes, no, or I don't know. We have 13 answers, but we have 20 participants. Guys, could you just click? Just your opinion. Just your opinion. Mental habits and belief.
We just click on the answer.
And I
Yeah,
guess
I can't
host-
click on it.
host cannot
Me too. Me too.
host
Oh.
can answer that as
I don't know what is technical. Yeah. Okay, let me share the results. If you cannot just click, I don't know. Do you see the results? Do you see the results?
No.
No?
No.
Yes.
What about
Came up quickly now? Yeah.
so?
Yeah.
So if we look at the results, 6 people said yes, there is a difference, and 3 people say no, there is no difference, and 4 people say I don't know. So may I ask those who say yes, what is your opinion? What is the difference? Again, it's just your opinion. Okay, Greta?
I think there is a difference. For example, during the beliefs, we think that our beliefs are right. But for example, our mental patterns, we can notice that these patterns are not right, but still we are in this situation. So I think it is the difference. If I have belief, I believe in my belief, but it is not always that I believe in my mental pattern. So I can notice that I have this mental pattern, recognize that it is not right, but still be in this mental pattern.
Because it is habit? Does it?
Yes, because it is mental
Because
habit.
it is just a habit. Okay, okay. Thank you so much, Greta. Thank you so much. Who else? I mean, Anne? Okay. Okay, with pleasure.
I think what was just shared, I said yes, but I think what was just shared made me think some more. But I think that the belief is our body thinks it's just as habitual, and our body doesn't really know the difference. So if I believe that I'm strong and I do something that makes me feel strong, like or brave, I don't think there's a difference, that it's just it's all habituated and pattern.
Okay, okay. And just to remind you, we're talking about mental. We are still on the mental, because then we will do the same with physical. I mean, physical habits is more or less easy because it is visible. But mental habits, that's where we are working as coaches. That is why I stress that part. So who else? Just the difference. Those who say no, there is no difference. What is your opinion on that? Just to share your opinion. And again, we're coaches, we are partners. So don't hesitate and don't be ashamed. Just this is your opinion. That's it.
We have
And
one more
no.
opinion. Yeah,
Yeah, I said no, Marina,
Okay.
because I think there might be something going on in the unconscious.
Okay.
And I think if it's in the unconscious and it's patterns and it's things that is just so embedded that you just project,
Okay.
I don't know that you will always have mental awareness
Okay.
that is what's going on. So I think the mental habits, the beliefs, something from the unconscious. So I said no for that reason.
Okay. No, they are not the same. Okay. Thank you so much. Who said yes? Just your opinion, why it is yes. I mean, what are you thinking about that? There is no right or wrong, or I mean, nothing like that. So don't hesitate. Gayane, did you say yes? They are the same?
Actually, I couldn't vote, but I think yes, there is a difference because when we say mental habit, I more imagine like something which is not realized, but you do because it became already a habit. But when we say belief, it is more related to our mind process. This is how I think.
Okay, okay, thank you. Thank you so much, Gayane. Again, I remind that we're talking about mental. We're still in the brain. Well, anyone who says that they are the same, just if you could share your ideas, we would be very, very grateful. Anybody who thinks that these are the same? No, don't want to share your opinion, ideas, just whatever it is, just interesting. And
Marina,
again,
can I share new thought that came to me.
Okay.
I thought that beliefs are more on the identity level, becoming who I am. But mental patterns are not so deep inside our person. It's
Okay.
upper level, not very inside. So
Okay. Okay. Thank you so much. Thank you, Greta, for your insights and for your additions. And I also think that they are different. And I would first, I would like to share the difference and bring some examples. And probably for that way, I would be able to convince you. So mental habits, yes, they are processes, automatic patterns, as Greta said, yeah, or routines in the way we think, interpret, and react. This is just a pattern, and this is automatic. And they influence how we think, the style, the speed of our thoughts, emotional reactivity, attentional filters. This is about mental habits. When we are talking beliefs, they are content, they are specific convictions and assumptions we hold to be true, and they guide our thinking. They provide interpretive frameworks for events and shape expectations, goals, and actions. So if I bring an example of mental habit versus belief, probably that would shed more light on these two concepts. I don't know how about you, but I came across, and I come across, not came, but come, even now, people, when you tell them something, they jump in and tell you the end of your story. Did you come across to that? I mean, the person thinks that he knows what is the continuation of your story, and he or she jumps in and starts to continue. And this is habit. It is not about belief. It is not about anything. It's just a habit. Another one, when a person thinks about other person, I mean, he looks at me and he thinks about me this and this and this. Frankly, I will share with you a secret. This mental habit was very, very common in the so-called Soviet Union, which most of you didn't see, others forget, but I have lived some. And that mental habit was very common. We kind of, the person should have read our mind in order to know what we think, which was impossible. Of course, it is just impossible. But even today, I come across people who thinks, I mean, who assumes the other person's thoughts. And this is about mental habit. It is not about belief, you know. It is just the pattern, the process, the automatic interpretation, yeah, the person have. About beliefs, I know, I am sure all of you know what is belief, so there is no need to give, or if you like, just share some of your beliefs. It would be interesting. What are your beliefs? I mean, as Greta said, and I would agree, that mental habits are not necessarily so visible. They are very difficult to realize and to work with. Because it is so routine, it is so automatic. So you really need to stop and focus. Whereas beliefs are really also difficult, but when I realized that it is limiting myself, that it had been good in one period of my life, but it is not so productive now, it is not so effective now, then I am capable, yeah, to think about it, to realize it, and to do something with it. So Could you share some of your beliefs, guys? Interesting. Just what comes to your mind? About mental habits, it would be impossible, I think. But how about beliefs? Yeah. Gridjan, let's hear Mariana.
Thank you. So I have a belief about myself that I'm not very techy. I'm not good with technology and anything related to it. And it limits me in many ways, actually.
Yeah, Mariana, and you talked about your identity. Did you notice that? I am not a tech person. You just made a label. Huh?
Mm-hmm.
And this is your identity. And that is why I will not go there.
Mm-hmm.
I am not a tech person. You see?
Mm-hmm.
And this identity is very tightly linked with your belief. Yes. If I believe in that, it becomes my identity, and I reinforce every time I speak about that. Do I want that to be? Yeah? Is it my choice? That is the question we ask ourselves. Is it my choice, or is it my brain's choice?
I will think of it. Thank you.
Do I want to take control of that? And probably yes. Sorry about notifications. Any other?
Actually, 2 answers in the chat. Let me share with you.
Yeah.
Kane believes that beauty will save the world.
Okay. Thank you, Kayane.
Marina believes that everything we plant in life will bring us something.
Okay. We plant, and that will grow to something. That love is stronger than hate. Yes. Thank you, Ellen. Love is stronger. I also believe in that. Thank you so much. I share your belief. Thank you so much. Yeah. So again, they are different things. And as coaches, we work on both sides. We work on mental habits and help our clients to realize that they have this mental habit and they have beliefs. Yeah. So if we go further, I will share with you there is a book which you could read, and it is called Automatic Habits by James Clear. And he describes the so-called habit loop, which consists of, as you see, 4 stages of habits, how it comes. First, we have this cue or trigger. For example, I will illustrate with my own example. It is 1 o'clock. As soon as I see 1 o'clock, Armenian time, so immediately the craving starts, the desire starts inside of me. Can you guess for what? Anybody?
A lunch.
To eat for lunch.
For lunch. I don't have lunch. I have at
Swimming?
11. No, I go swimming morning.
Chocolate.
But you're very close. See, you're very close. For coffee.
Okay.
So the time is a cue for me. When I see this, it's really dumb in my head. It's time for coffee. And this desire comes, and the response is what? I drink coffee. And what I have, this reward. Oh, I enjoyed my coffee. I had this actually break time, yeah? And when we know this habit loop, so we could stop actually, this is about stopping the bad habit and forming the good one. How could I stop? Let me take the bad habits. What habits do I have which is bad? Well, I enjoy coffee, so I don't consider it a bad habit. But what I do which I do not enjoy. Okay, some disturbance. So I am concentrated, and again, like now, yeah, Sona is getting these notifications. Yeah, I am concentrated. Sona is my client. He gives me notification, and I am craving to see what did she write now. And what I say response, I just take the phone and read what is she writing, and the reward is that I know what she wants, and I know what I need to respond or whatever. Yeah. Do I like it? Not very much, because I was concentrated, and you know, yeah, how the brain is working. After concentration, I need some time to go into that particular mode again. And this is about time and effort. So no, I would like to put the dot and then look at the notification and then answering Sona. So what can I do? The very little what can I do is just to put my phone and somewhere else, not in the distance where I can catch it. Yeah. So, and this is, and by the way, this is something probably each of us started so much dependent, yeah, on our mobiles, that we need to think about that, how to really lose this mobile dependency, addiction, I would say, yeah, and why not to say to ourselves, yeah, that I will look at all the notifications, all the messages, all the when I finish this part of work. I don't say at the end of the day. No, I tell to myself, I will put some dot somewhere in my work and then look at it. Unfortunately, now not every time I can do it. So this is something I also need to work with you all. Yeah, we all need to work on that. So I wanted to share with you the 3 levels of habit change. Yeah, we started our workshop with identity, and we will end with identity. Of course, if you read the book, and there are so many other books, for example, a very good book is Compound Effect. I would not tell you the author, but if you ask the same ChatGPT, it will give you the author, and a very good book on habit formation. And in every of these books, and we understand it why, there are 3 levels of habit change. Usually what we do, we say, I will, for example, if I'm talking about losing weight, yeah, I will lose weight, 3 kilos weight at the end of, for example, next month. I put the result. And what happened then? Well, I keep some diet, whatever I decide to do on the process. And what I witness with my clients, actually, it doesn't work. Why it doesn't work? Why it doesn't work? And how many times we said, yeah, in the new year, these writings, I will do this, I will do that, I will achieve that and that, but it doesn't work. Why? Why it doesn't work? Because the brave. Who is the bravest to sing, to share why it doesn't work when we say that we need to do something only? Why it doesn't work? Okay, Diana, you're the first.
I think it's because nothing is getting changed on the level of identity.
Okay. Why it is important to change first the level of identity and then talk about the process and talk about the results. Why it is so important? Gayane?
Because this is what you believe you are, and if you don't believe how you look, nothing is going to be taken to come to that result.
Yeah. So who that, for example, if taking health, I mean, if I am for healthy life, yeah, and I am a healthy life follower, let's say so. It means that I will not allow myself anything which is not healthy. Mariana, do you allow yourself anything?
Much.
Then think about your identity. Think about your identity. And when Natalie, you wanted to share, sorry for.
I guess it's also about just leaving the comfort zone, because sometimes we do realize that we're stuck, we're in a bad situation, but to change means to change your habits, and it's not easy. And for that reason, we just prefer to stay in that comfort zone than to change it and to feel that moment of discomfort, which will last not very long, but it will lead to definite changes. But to transfer from discomfort to discomfort is always difficult with people. That's why there are more smokers than non-smokers. They do understand.
And I also add to it, if Natalie is done.
Yeah.
So I think it also can, part of my answer is what Gane already mentioned. And also maybe sometimes we set very big goals. In that book, Atomic Habits, one example was very interesting. He mentioned a person who went to gym and exercised only for 5 minutes for weeks until it became a habit, and then on and on. So maybe sometimes the goal is very big. It needs to be smaller.
Or if I continue in that sense, we expect very fast results. And this compound effect thing is that if we are just regular, if we do something regularly, but day after day with very, limited time, if we are exercising, for example, if I'm thinking about exercising for half an hour, I would not like to do that. I mean, for me, exercising, all this jumping and whatever is kind of heavy. But when I wanted to lose 1 kilo of my weight, because I gained it and I'm very conscious of my weight, every day I step on the scale and whatever. I don't want to gain. So what I said to myself, okay, I will not do a half an hour. I do just 10 minutes, but it will be for 1 week, okay? But when I lost this kilo, I stopped it, frankly, because I thought I don't need it any longer. I achieved my goal. I lost my 1 kilo and then I'm okay. So that's so. Who would like to share? Now, some of us, when we started the conversation, we started about identity. So what identity would I love to be in order to form the new good habit or to eliminate the habit I have and I don't like? So this is the real crucial question. And we need to leave that, because for me, when I'm talking about weight, I am a slim person. I am. I have a full wardrobe of my clothes, and I don't want to change that. I mean, it is no way. So I am, and that is why I do everything to keep the weight at the scale, whatever it is, on the level, wherever it is. So, and this is about my identity. So when we want to change something, we need to take the control. And that is why I wanted Natalie to comment on you, on what you have said. You said that we know smoking is bad, but we do that anyway. And who takes the control? Our habit.
The example was not about me.
No. I don't say it, but it was about you.
Yeah, I know that it's a bad habit and I don't do it, but we have one raised hand, and it's Reese tomorrow.
Yeah, Reese. Yeah, welcome, Reese. Yeah.
Well, first off, thank you so much for this thought-provoking session. And it's really, bringing so many thoughts in my mind. So I was just thinking about the belief and the mental habit that we take in a cultural context.
Okay.
So what if I have been raised and grown up with kind of self-sacrificing values. Like, I would always see my mom doing things and self-sacrificing herself, for example, for us, the kids. So I think I ended up with the belief that it's wrong to put myself or my needs first. And now that I am a mom, I feel like I am doing the same thing with my kids. It's like also like a habitual pattern of thinking. So then how can I differentiate that? Can beliefs be changed or only mental habit? I don't know. I'm like kind of confused after this session, and I'm like trying to apply it to myself.
Yeah, Reese, thank you so much. Thank you, really, thank you so much for this, a kind of different perspective you put in a cultural context. I can confess, Reese, that it is not only in your culture that moms sacrifice their lives to their children. In Armenia, it is almost the same. And what we do about that, for example, what I did about that, just asking myself, is it good for kids and for me? Because when we are sacrificing, and this is my life lesson learned, when we are sacrificing ourselves, it is not necessarily we are doing good for our kids, first of all. I witnessed it, and then I ask next question. Why in the plane, the stewardess, how it is in English? Waiter, no,
just like this, stewardess.
Yeah.
Steward? Okay.
Flight attendant.
Flight attendant. Why flight attendant, Reese, say, first put the mask to yourself and then to your child? Did we think about that, by the way? We have heard it thousand times, as much as we are flying all our lives. But did we think about that? It comes and goes, but when you think about that, you say, yes, that's correct. Because if I am in trouble, who would take care, actually? I need to take care of myself in order to be able to care about my kids. I need to come first and then kids, because they depend on me. Do you agree, Reese?
Well, I agree, but then there is another layer of that same culture, like, which will make me think, what if I do this? What will others think of me? Like, I am not following the pattern or whatever it is, the cultural system that has been
Yeah.
established in my family. So
Yeah, Reese. And this is a very good question. And we do not say do a revolutionary steps or something which everybody will notice. For example, not to cook dinner or not to do something.
yeah, no, yeah.
We do not say we do not say about that, but we do say that I need time to myself.
Mm.
That's sure. I need to care about myself, and I need some. In the, you could probably hear people who say, I don't have my own time at home. I am always at disposal of everybody in the family. I cannot stay alone. But staying
So true.
alone sometimes really feels the energy I need for tomorrow.
Yep.
And Reese, if you sell to your family members, dears, I love you so much, and I need half an hour, 40 minutes, no disturbance, I assure you, nobody even will notice you in your surrounding. Nobody. I mean, who will, you didn't do something which is so noticeable so that everybody will say, this Reese doesn't care about her children. No. It's just caring about yourself. And the sacrifice means that you are giving full. You do not keep anything to yourself. I mean, I am making just an assumption, but usually it is something like this.
Wonderful. Thank you.
Thank you, Reese. Thank you. Thank you. Gaijan, you wanted to say something, to add something?
I just wanted to share, if it's possible, can I?
Yeah, sure.
Well, about this sacrifice and about giving ourselves to our children, I wanted just to share what I do for that. I have put a day for me aside, and I do nothing that day when my kids are in a garden or in a school, at school, and no one is at home, and I have about 4 or 5 hours, and only that one day I treat my inner child and I do whatever I want to do. I want to watch a movie, I watch a movie. I want to hike, I go for hiking.
Okay.
I want to cook, I want to bake, I do anything I want to do. And this is really energizes me.
Thank you, Gane. Thank you for sharing that.
Thank you too.
Really very precious. Okay. So guys, the time is approaching. It is already in our time in Armenia. It is 9:25 p.m. I can assume that some of you are in the morning time. So I would like to thank everybody for this, for your presence, for your active participation, and I just would only hope that it was at least some kind of usefulness, portion of usefulness to you. I hope so, that I could trigger at least some thinking, some realizing that, and you know, yeah, coaching is also good because it forces our clients to think after the session, and magic could come afterwards. So I hope that something you will start to realize and to think. And if you do have some habits you would like to change, you will start first thinking about who you would like to be first. And then little steps, very little steps will bring you there. And I wish you all that. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you,
Marina.
Marina.
Thank you,
I
Marina.
would like to I would like to thank again one more time. In the beginning, I didn't present myself, but I would like to say thank you from ICF Armenia chapter, and being the president, it is double pride to host you, everybody here, because it's just a platform like our home, our house. And thanks for joining us, all of you from different corners of the world, and having a speaker from our chapter who is Armenian by nationality and MCC ICF, and we're very proud and happy for that. Thanks one more time to everybody.
Thank you all. Thank you. And wish you enjoying the other events of Coaching Week. Really. Thank you so much for your attendance and for your active participation. Bye bye. Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you.
Raijan, we stay with you until the end.
Is it the recording is off?
Guy, you are muted.
Could you stop?
Անջատել, բայց տալիս է request host to start cloud recording չի թողնում ինձ. Unable to send a request.
Իսկ maybe one of us կարող է մեզանից մեկն է host ուրիշ որ կարա stop recording.
Request ուղարկեցի ու մեկավ.
Means to record their computer on their computer, huh? To record
cloud-ի վրա, որտեղ Գյորգին ասեց it will be on the cloud.
Հիմա գնաց ոնց որ Գայանեի կամպի վրա. You request արեցիր to record it to your computer.
Yes, host them.
Host ես թե co-host. Ինձ թվում է որ over host-ը ինքը կարա բանանի recording-ը stop անի ու Գյորգի ասելով պիտի automatically գնար on the cloud.